Anyways, I thought it would be kind of cool to have a few people that are actually in the book. I haven't memorized the chapters. This is the client care specialist of Green Rock Financial Group, Jenny Versteeg. And you can ask her questions, but, well, she knows all the answers to the questions, but the question about the relative that plays hockey, that's not a relative, so that's the question I had. So, anyways, I have to look in actually here with 58 chapters. Chapter 13, I have a couple nephews, that have utilized the Registered Disability Savings Plan. Azrael and Ezra Johnson, they're in Alberta, but they both have autism. And so we utilize that for them. And also I have a friend of mine, Paul Gauthier, who we go back many years, eh, Paul? Many, many years. We had a friend of ours, Daryl, and he passed away a few years ago. And actually have his mom, Diane, good friend Henriksen over here. Wave, Diane. So Paul, if we can have it come up and talk about his bocce and all that stuff, and we're just going to rearrange the stage, so just bear with me. So I asked Paul, and he was nice enough to participate in the book. So you're actually in chapters across Canada too.
Yes, I feel quite honored to be in your book.
Well, you've done a little bit more exciting things than me writing a book. So, but I just thought it would be good to ask him a few questions. Being a Paralympic champion and all that stuff goes a lot of planning into it and all that stuff. So, but interesting, why bocce?
Well, for me, bocce was something that came a little later in life. I started off, Kevin, trying other sports. I tried swimming first of all, but unfortunately my arms and legs don't work very well, so I just went downwards, Kevin. I then thought, Kevin, that perhaps I could be the next Luongo, in elementary school, putting this electric wheelchair right in front of the net, right? How many times could they actually score on me, right? If this wheelchair is in front of the net. Unfortunately, in high school, Kevin, that unfortunately determined the pucks got a little harder shots and a little more accurate, so my Luongo days never happened. Then
they could use you now.
And my good friend Daryl was playing bocce, and he's the one that actually introduced me to the game. And he saw my competitive nature and said, you got to try this out, and the opportunities to be able to travel all over the world. And so I tried it, and I liked it, and I was able to really make it happen.
Good. So, tell us the feeling of winning a gold medal at the Paralympics in Greece, where everything all started.
Yeah, it was incredible. To be in Athens, first of all, where the Olympics first began, right, was in Greece, and to be able to win a gold medal. But I was competing against a player from Spain, and he had my number for a good 8 years, actually. Every time I played against him, him and I would have quite the battle. And I remember in Athens, I was in the 4th round. So I played bocce ball. For those that don't know, bocce is Italian sport. You have a little white ball, and you're trying to be the one closest to that ball, so that's the sport I play. So we were in the final, and he was up by 1 point. It looked like he was going to get me, and I was able to knock his ball away and push a jack ball back to be able to score 2 points to win the game. So it was an incredible moment, and to hear our national anthem, and to know that I was able to give back to my country, which a country has been so good to me.
Awesome. You'll be able to get a picture with him later.
You know,
It's not worth as much today than 2 years ago then.
that's what he keeps on telling me anyway.
But anyways, the government has opened up a registered disability savings plan. So as a Canadian, and how does that view help you? You know, maybe not just today, but down the road, retirement and so forth.
You know, Kevin, you've talked to me a lot about our DSP, and the Registered Disability Savings Plan for me has been instrumental in making sure that my future is taken care of. Government grants are there to not just match, but actually double the amount that I contribute. So I actually put $125 away every month, and I'll be doing that for 10 years. And this will be able to help me be able to, pretty much do anything I want after 10 years. But most importantly, these electric wheelchairs, can you imagine, this electric wheelchair costs $32,000. No, I know, a lot of people will be shocked. I'm shocked. I'm shocked because this chair that's $32,000 is only good for 5 years. So I do need to take care of my future. I work now, and I have extended medical that helps me with this part. But I know down the road, when I'm not working, that I'm going to need something to fall back on. And Kevin, you're a very smart man to get me hooked up to that. And I think it's really important to look at the RDSP.
Now, one question with your lovely wife sitting over there, Mateo. Are you going to compete in the next Olympics?
That's a great question, and my wife and I continue to discuss that. I've been, this will be my fifth Paralympics coming up in Rio if I'm going in the next 2 years. But I want to say for me that, bocce has been extremely rewarding. There's been the gold medal, of course, in representing my country, but the opportunity to meet so many amazing people over the years and being able to see what's happening around the world. But most importantly, the relationships that I've been able to build. And I've been able to find an amazing wife in Sarah, and I've been blessed with Mateo, who's only 3.5 years old, but has been an amazing part of my life, and I'm so blessed to have him.
So Paul, you being an energetic and gentleman and always looking for something new to do, you've done a wonderful things, me looking at you and growing up together, so to speak. But what is one of the projects, our last question, what's one of the exciting projects you're working on right now?
I've been somebody who's been doing, over the last 20 years, been doing a lot of advocacy for people with disabilities. I've been involved in developing new programs throughout the province, from developing most recently an equipment and assistive device program so that people with disabilities can get access to equipment to be able to work. I developed a home support program with colleagues and worked in partnership with government to actually develop a program called the Cecil program. And the Cecil program allows people to have access to home support and be able to use a form of individualized funding so that once you're assessed for hours, you're actually able to hire personal care attendants to help you get up and be able to go and do your activities, including my sport of bocce. And so what I'm planning to do in my next project coming up over the next number of years, number of months, is I'm developing a new society called the Individualized Funding Resource Center. And the Individualized Funding Resource Center is going to have a Cecil Resource Center within it, so that what we can do is help people be able to get the necessary information on how to use the Individualized Funding Program, be able to have resources, information, because there's a lot of seniors and a lot of people with disabilities that need supports but don't know how to get it, and we're hoping to be able to do that. I just want to end by saying a couple things. Financial planning, Kevin comes and sees me once every couple of months and is always worrying about how things are going financially. And I think that what's interesting is that sport and financial planning actually are very similar. You have to have goals, you have to have ideas of where you want to go, you have to know exactly what you want. For me, I wanted a gold medal, but Kevin also reminds me that if I'm going to dream, I need to make sure my finances are in place to be able to carry on with that dream. So he's able to take care of my portfolio, and I really appreciated Kevin over the years, because my portfolio is looking good because I actually took the time to meet with him, and he meets with me those every couple of months. So I know, Kevin, you didn't want me to say something about that kind of stuff, but I think our friendship, and I know that anybody that's been working with Kevin knows that he's always got your best interest at heart. So Kevin, it's been a great partnership over the years, and thanks for letting me talk today with you.
Thank you very much. This thing just doesn't like me.